Okay, in this video, we're gonna check out 10 tiny tools that you could add to your EDC. Let's go. If you love knives, flashlights, pouches, anything at all EDC everyday carry related, then I would love to have you as a subscriber. It doesn't cost you anything and it really helps us out. All the links that are in the description help us out. And you can buy me a coffee if you really would like to contribute to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Now back to the video. All right, first up is this sole-bound leather little pocket sheath. And this is just a really cool, if you go to their soleboundleather.com and check out slips with clips, you'll see that they've got a couple of different slips with clips, all sorts of different sizes, different shapes, just amazing craftsmanship on these. I've got a little bag, just a little cheap pocket knife I picked up at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I really like the shape of this knife though. If you want to see a review on that, sound off in the comments below. And by the way, all the links for all of these things, all of these items will be in the description below. And so this is pretty good for carrying just a pocket knife that doesn't have a belt clip on it or a pocket clip on it. This pocket clip is really, really stiff and stout. And I have broken this one in. I've got this at Blade Show. I saw these guys at Blade Show last year, and I was really, really excited to find them. I hope that they're at Blade Show again. There is a ton of different styles on their website. If you go to the page that says Slips with Clips, you'll see there's a lot of fixed carry options. There's a lot of pouch options like this. I like this because I can get it out fairly easily. I can put something like a very small traditional case knife. This is a very old case knife from, I believe, from the 60s. And it fits in there nicely. And if I'm not moving around a little bit, it will come out if it's a small knife. But if I've got a bigger knife, like this, say this old timer right here, again, this is pretty good. I bought this for traditional knives. It'll fit in this one really nicely. And so it's nice and tight in there, and it's got just enough grip. I can just pull it right out. It's got just enough showing. I can just pull it right out. It's really nice. Again, these are all just, you know, custom made leather, wonderful stitching. You have multiple stitching options, all sorts of stuff. Sole bound leather, check them out. Interesting, very, very cool stuff. All right, closely related to traditional knives is the Rough Rider pool tool here. It's just a knife opener. This is called the Jabo. It's got some really cool little micarta finishes on here. You can get a couple of different colors in that. But you can also use this as a scraping tool, a pry tool if you need to, or you can use it the other end as a pry tool. And what it's used for primarily is you see the finger indentions on, you know, finger clips right here to open a traditional knife. You would just use that instead of absolutely killing your fingernails, which I don't have, you know, very big fingernails here, but instead of just killing your fingernails, you would open a knife that way, and it saves your fingernails from opening knives repeatedly. Really, really cool. I just like to use it as a little scraper tool as well. It's just a cheaper stainless steel. I think you can get these for about 12 bucks. Just pretty incredible stuff. And go check them out, Rough Rider. I'll put the link in the description below. All right, so this one is an interesting one. This is the H&H brand, but this is from Pro Pick Tools. This is their Swiss Army 6-in-1 lock pick set. Now, ProPickTools.com, they were very kind to get in touch with me, and I actually lost this for a little while. In fact, I'm missing a piece now that I'm still looking for, but I just wanted to show you that it's really cool and effective to have a lock picking set in your EDC. And this is one of those very small, nice, slim options here. You can see, I'm going to compare it with a Leatherman Micra. This thing is very thin, very tiny. Of course, it's very shiny stainless steel here, and you've got a little screw tab to keep these from coming out. They don't move out very well if you tighten that down pretty good, but if you loosen it up, you can pull out all the tools here, and you've got the 6 major tools here that you can use to pick a lock. And they also included this clear practice lock right here. Check this out. So you can go to Pro Pick Tools and get some of these, get started in your lock picking journey very easily. Check these tumblers out right here in this lock right here. Oh, that's just so satisfying. Listen to that. And then, how cool is that? So anyway, I won't demonstrate this lock picking for you at all, because guess what? I'm pretty terrible at it, and haven't really mastered it yet. So, but they've got really cool lock picking sets over on Pro Pick Tools. So check that out. They have little package deals that you can get. The Swiss Army set here is only $22 for this stainless steel set, and it's a really nice little set that you can fit inside of a coin pocket. So check out Pro Pick Tools for more. Thanks so much for them sending these picking tools over. I'm looking forward to getting into this kind of stuff a little bit. Very inexperienced, not going to embarrass myself. One of the most intriguing tools that I've ever gotten to be a part of here is this 6-in-1 Multitool titanium wrench pry bar bit driver multi-tool. This has actually got some really nice craftsmanship on it. If you check it out, it's got a milled pocket clip here that's very nice and solid. You've got a bit driver right here. You've got actually two different sizes with magnets in the interior bit drivers right here. You've got a bottle opener. You've also got a nail puller and a scraper, obviously, so you can scrape right here. But also it's got some hidden bits on the other side, and these are in here magnetically. You just pop one out, you put it right here in that center bit, and you can torque a bit around. But the most distinguishing feature here is the spring-loaded fidget toy, spring-loaded wrench, and it is just a cool wrench. It goes from 5 millimeters, it can do 5 millimeter bolts all the way to 19 millimeters, so pretty big bolts on here. This is designed to kind of be a ratcheting screw, and I'll show you some B-roll footage of that as well. But amazing little tool here. The belt clip kind of completes it all, and it's got actually a built-in ruler right here on the side. It kind of feels like a gimmick that shouldn't be and feel as good as it does. And so this is a really neat little tool. I got these from 8fold. I also want to talk to you about the next tool, multi-tool, that we'll talk about here in a second. But I got these from 8fold, 8fold.shop, and they were very kind to get in touch with me, said, hey, could we send you some stuff? Turns out they've got a ton of things at their shop, just like these multi-tools. Some multi-tools and some other tools and different things that you have seen in other places, but they've got it all in one-stop shop there to check it out. You should absolutely check it out. My coupon code is going to be below. I really want to thank them for getting in touch and talking to me about, or sending me the titanium pry tool here. It's a pry bar bit driver multi-tool, but also the next tool. Let's talk about this bad boy right here. So this is very reminiscent of a Gerber product that I used before. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe it was the Squirt. I'm not really sure exactly, but let's kind of just open these up to take a look. You've got a scraper here. You've kind of got a bottle opener, obviously, and actually a double, kind of a bigger bottle opener right there. And then none of these lock, so that'll be good in other countries. If we go to this side, you've got a flathead screwdriver on that one side, so it actually goes into the top. It doesn't lock, obviously, but you can go into the top right there, and it's got a pretty decent little flathead screwdriver. Flip it around, you've got a file that comes out right here, a flathead screwdriver, excuse me, the Phillips head on the other side, a flathead on this side, and you've got a normal file right on one side and a crosshatch on the other. Pretty good little decent file right here as well. I don't know what kind of steel is on these, but you've got a little sheep's foot blade right here that you can open up too, and it's decently sharp. But the cool part, obviously, is when you pull this apart. Now, you would think, okay, there's something on the outside here. Well, on the outside is a pair of cutters. And let me tell you, these cutters pass the 550 cord or paracord test, snip test. Whoops, see, I messed that one up. But see, they pass the snip test pretty well. They do really well cutting, and it's kind of got this bead blasted satin kind of finish going on, so I really like that as well. But then it's not over. The tool is not done. You pull it open to reveal needle nose pliers as well, and they're spring loaded. Very, very nice. So they managed to include all of these tools in this one tool from Nextool. I wanted to check out some Nextool stuff. Again, check these out at 8fold.shop. I was really happy that they got in touch. Thank you so much to them for sending the titanium wrench and the Nextool multi-tool. Now, one of the other multi-tools I was intrigued about was one that I saw on Max Level EDC's channel. This is a one by Rookie, and I think that's how you say it, R-U-I-K-E, Rook Rookie. Don't know, but you've got a nice spear point blade here. Looks like it's Sandvik 12C27 steel here. If you know what Sandvik is, sound off in the comments. I would love to know what the difference is. I've been seeing that in different places, but I am not sure what that is. So tell me what that is, experts out there. So you've got a regular, just a kind of a little spear point blade. Then you've got a flathead seatbelt cutter, and of course the ubiquitous bottle opener tool right there. Nice little tool. It does not lock. It stays put right there, just like a Swiss Army knife would. But then on the interior right here, you've got a pair of scissors. Now, do these scissors, are they good? Well, if we use the 550 cord paracord test here, they're not the greatest scissors in the world. Now, if you hold it tight, you can get it done, and they will cut pretty nicely, but they will not snip like those Next Tool ones. And certainly, let me see if I can get it here. There we go. So you got to get a decent amount of pressure on these to get them to work very well, but they do cut. They do cut. So if they cut 550 cord, then they're going to cut a bunch of other different stuff. And so probably not a great test for these scissors, but definitely not Swiss Army knife scissors, but these are $23. Now, I don't know if I would buy this because of how thick it is. I like the design. I like the OD G10 right here. I like the smooth back that it's got. But I don't know if I would buy it for the functionality, maybe just to collect it or not, but I can't see any difference between just a classic SD that you have here. So there's a size comparison there for you. It's a little bit bigger, but it's gonna be way thicker. So don't know if I'd recommend this or not. Nobody sent this over to me. This is just one of those impulse buys for me. And this is the Rookie Keychain Small Pocket Knife. It's a 6-in-1 multi-tool. One of the cooler ones that I picked up when I was at Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and I do promise that video is coming soon. This is the Phoenix ESpark. Now this one has a number of different kind of things that's going for it. It's only got one button activation here. So if I hold it here, I've got a number of different things. I've got a low, medium, and high setting here, and it actually gets pretty decently bright for a very thin light. And obviously you can go to the red setting and then the road setting where you can have this blink on and off, which would be I think this would be an excellent light to have in your visor or in your glove box or something. Really good emergency light. And here's the reason why it's going to be a really good light. For one, you've got down here, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off. You've got down here USB in and out. Now what does that say? Well, you can charge this via USB, but you'll notice back here this has an 800 milliamp hour battery inside of it. Now it's not going to charge your phone quickly, and it's not going to charge your phone fully, but 800 milliamp hours for an iPhone, let's say 15, iPhone 14, iPhone 15 size is going to be good enough to get you from 0 to about probably 20-25%. And 20-25% battery, that's enough to use your GPS for a little while. That's enough to make a few phone calls. That's enough to send a bunch of text messages. And so very, very cool here. You can actually take the cap off. The cap serves two purposes. It serves to protect the USB ports, obviously, because this is probably not waterproof at all. But it snaps on here the end, and you can use it as a lantern. And it's got a really neat lantern. So you can use this to read, you can use it to do whatever, and you can charge it up via USB-C. I love this thing. This is just going to be inside of my car in part of my emergency kit. I love it. The Phoenix ESpark. Love what Phoenix does. They've got a bunch of different designs. I've always loved them even before I got into YouTube. Make sure you go check them out. The link will be in the description for these, by the way. And lastly, Ant Design got in touch with me several months ago, and I am delayed on getting them video out and done, but they have some really neat, cool little tools over on their website that you should absolutely check out. The first one right here is appropriately named the E1, and it's got actually an inlay right here that we'll talk about here in a second, but this is a titanium pry bar, and you may say, well, it's got two ways to drive a bit. It's got a fulcrum. You can actually use the fulcrum right here, but you can also use it as a bit driver right here. But what good is that if I'm not going to have a bit? Well, check this out. It's got a little door right here that you just pull back the switch and it pops open. Full size bit, not a mini bit like in the other tool that we saw before, but you click that closed and you can actually put this in, magnetized by the way, and it's a full size bit driver right there. You can actually pull it around here and use it kind of as a fulcrum if you wanted to get some leverage on something right there. Really, really neat. I love this thing, and it's so neat and handy. That little door is spring loaded, it pops up and everything. And this is an all titanium build. You got a tiny little file right here. You've got a tiny little ruler right here. You've even got a kind of a weird looking belt clip. You can put a tritium little vial in there as well, and it's got an inlay. You can get Damascus inlay. This is what this is. You can get a brass inlay or just a standard titanium inlay. Here's a lanyard hole, all sorts of different stuff. I really like this. This is actually living in my pouch right as we speak, so I love this. The other one that I wanted to talk about is a tiny cutting tool. This is called the Pathfinder, and you'll notice I've got two different versions. They kind of talk about them. Let me see if I can find it here. The Alpha and the Beta, and I'm actually not sure which one is which. Oh, it's right there on the key on the belt clip. This is the Alpha version. And the Alpha version, they're both the same cutting tool. They're going to have the same kind of actuation. They've got just a little razor blade that kind of just pokes out right there. Super nice, super sharp. It's got a push button that just feels really nice. It's a titanium as well. You've got a full-size, again, full-size bit driver if you had your E1 with you, your pry tool, as well as your cutting tool. You could put that full-size bit in there and use that as a minimum kind of a wrench right there if you really wanted to. But love tucking that thing back in that door. That's just amazing. But you got a belt clip on this one, no keychain. This is meant to go on obviously a pocket clip or something like that. This one is the same one, except you've got a different kind of look on the top here. And so you can see this one actually has, both of these have two steps. So if you go right here, I'm going to show you the other side of it here. If you go just a little bit up and you click that in to that first position, you've got just a little bitty bit of the blade showing. This would be good to score, open a box. This is an excellent tool to have around to open your boxes and not have to booger up your knives, get stuff gunk all over them. Plus, by the way, did I mention that they come with extra blades, spare blades in a nice little plastic package. So very nice of them to do that. And these things are called the Pathfinder. They have the tritium little vials that you can put in the tritium, the glow-in-dark things right there. The only difference here with this one versus the Alpha, this is the Beta, is that you push these in right here and you've got a removable keychain. And I love the brass right here. I love the titanium kind of metal look. You pull that down almost like a collar, like you would be, I think of an air compressor hose. My dad used to use air compressors and stuff, air compressor hoses. And so you pull that down almost like a collar to release it. This is for your keychain, and this is a keychain cutting tool. And again, you can use it as a little bit of a nail puller, pry bar right there. You've got a file on one side, just like the other one. Same one right here. The only difference is the ends right here. And you've got a little bit, you've got one of them has room for a bit driver, obviously, and one of them does not. Ant Design was incredibly gracious, and they sent over also this quick release, the Q1. And again, you think about those little collars for like air hoses and stuff. This is a magnetized titanium, really nice quick release collar for your keys. And they sent over an extra one. And also, I'm going to be giving away one of these Pathfinder V2s of your choice. So you comment below. If you hung around to the end of the video, you get to be in the giveaway. All you got to do is comment below. Comment anything. Tell me what your favorite sandwich is. Tell me what your favorite, if you agree that pineapple and pizza pineapple belongs on pizza. Tell me about something that happened to you today. I just want to hear about it. But I'm going to be giving away, this is an extra one right here that they sent me, an extra Q1. I'll be sending that to you, as well as one of the Pathfinder V2s. Comment below to enter that giveaway. I love giving stuff away to you guys. That does it for all of our video. How did you like our tiny tools? Tell me about it in the comments. I always love your comments. I respond to every comment, no matter how outlandish or crazy it is. And you tell me what you think about it. Again, thank you to Pro Pick Tools for sending their stuff over. Thank you so much to Ant Design for sending their stuff over, as well as Eightfold. All of these links can be found in the description. I really appreciate you guys hanging out until the end of the video. Thank you so very much. God bless you, and go with God.